Hello, are we on? Yes, we are on. Let's go. So this video will be the haunted mask video I promised you guys many nights ago. And yes, this is going to be a fun little thing where I just put on next and just say random things. Let's get started. We begin in a nice small town. No reason to just continue on. And then this girl, Carly Beth, and her friend, we're just going to call Shanisha. That's not actually the character's name, but I'm not keeping track of this. They find a store, right? It was it's a store that looks creepier than literally anything. And, you want to know what the girl says? She wants to shop inside the fucking store. You idiot! You are not smart, Joel. You are not smart. You are not cool. You are an idiot. Like, I mean this, you are an idiot. Anyways, her friend convinces her not. Thank God, she's the goat in this, like, freaking thing. And then the next day at school, her frenemies are, there. And they put a worm in her sandwich. Ew! A worm! A freaking worm a worm! Ew! Ew! I'm gonna talk about this in the end of the video for sure. So, like, yeah. A worm! Oh, God, I'm not gonna continue, So, continuing onward, so, Carly Beth, that night, her mom scolded her, which is pretty freaking creepy. Like, you're gonna sculpt your daughter? Cool, but, like, why'd you make it so goddamn creepy? Why is it so creepy? Anyway, continuing on, it's so, her mom said she made her a duck costume. Thank God, goated mom. I need a second to catch my breath, before I end up screaming my lungs out. She rips up her duck costume! No! That's a duck, though! It's a duck! Like, why are you gonna torture my boy Donald Duck like that? That's the boy Donald Duck! Why are you gonna rip him up like that? It's not actually a costume of Donald Duck, it's just some random yellow duck, but still! That's Donald's ancestors! I am getting a little too addicted, to this storyline, and I think I know why. Give me a sec. Okay, let's continue on after all of this. So, oh my God. So that night, she goes back to this to that store that we talked about in the beginning of the video. And in that store, she ends up robbing the dude after he lets her take a mask. She ends up stealing, throwing cash at him and tries to return it, but couldn't return it. Yeah. So, continuing on, I'm going to rage about a bunch of stuff in the end of this goddamn video, because, we're near the end of the goddamn story. Isn't that crazy? This one's a short video, I know. What? No. So, yeah. Okay, I keep on losing track. Let's just continue, Oh, yeah, right. And then, like, she puts it on as her Halloween costume, hides from her mom, ends up escaping her mom because her dad calls. Let's go for Carly Beth. Everybody give her a round of applause. Anyways, let's continue. So, yeah. Afterwards, after all of that happened, she ends up going, like, outward, like, into, like, she ends up going trick-or-treating with her friend and scares a lot of kids, even freaking out, like, a whole entire family, which is kind of scary. And no offense, like, at all, but, like, what happened? Okay, so then they go in the graveyard where their frenemies are, and, she almost kills them. Like, she almost freaking kills the kid. Oh my god. She almost killed freaking children. So continuing on. Afterwards, they get home. She tries to take off the mask, and it's stuck to her head. It is stuck to her head. The mask is stuck to her head. What is this? That's like, what if you got an Obama mask? You're stuck in that guy forever. But like, still, like, what? No. And then she ends up going to the store, Clyde, and then he says that's her face forever. I'm just gonna say it. Scratch kids off the list, bro. You look ugly as. Anyways, yes, I feel deeply sorry. I feel more sorry than literally anything right now. Like, oh my god, I feel so bad for this little girl. Like she didn't deserve that. Continuing on, she starts scaring, and then she wakes up the other faces. Ugh, it's just terrifying. Like, ugh. To me, it's terrifying. To other people, it might not be terrifying because, why would it be terrifying that they're CGI? Anyways, continuing onward, because I've rambled enough. So, I can't. What happens next is that, oh yeah, earlier she buried the head. I would have been better to let you guys know about. I'm bad at this. And, okay. And she digs it up, and she ends up stopping it. Thank God. And then we get the best thing ever. She goes home with the head, all happy. She was finally able to take off the mask, and she's all home. And then her brother walks out of his room with the mask on. Dun, dun, dun! No, I'm going to talk about some things that, like, what? Okay. Why would they put a worm in her sandwich? Oh, God. Why would you put a worm in their sandwich? Ugh. Ugh. Just, oh, God. That was the one thing I had to complain about the episode. So time for the outro, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you had fun watching this video. Hope you had fun. This outro short. Might as well get it over with. We had a lot of fun during this video. I know I didn't do much, but I'm glad you still watched anyways. Watched anyways. I'm sorry you can't stay on the sunscreen forever, and I'm sorry that I can't be here with you forever, but I have to say, it was a fun time making this video for all of y'all.